Okay, good morning, grade 7. So we're here. The first day of remote learning has landed, or I guess this is kind of like not the first day, this is kind of an introduction day. So I'm not going to talk to you very long. I'm just going to talk to you for a couple of minutes, just about a couple of key things, just to get you ready for your first lesson later this week. And then I'll have to the end where you can maybe ask a couple of questions if you have any little tiny things you want to iron out, and then we can jump straight in on your first lesson later this week, properly with more of the maths-based content. So let's get started then. So first thing to know, I'm sure you're getting lots of information from all your other lessons and all your other classes. So I'll try and give you the maths perspective. In terms of the schedule, what's going to happen? Well, you've got your timetable and our posting schedule. So basically in maths is going to be following your timetable. So whenever you would normally have a lesson, there will be something posted on Teamy each time. So that doesn't mean every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That means you'll have obviously 2 doubles and a single, and whenever you would have those lessons. So for example, if you had your lesson period 1, then at 8:10, there will be something posted for that day on Teamy. Now, hopefully, the expectation, I'm sure you've read the email from the school, is that you'll be following the timetable and obviously doing maths when you do maths. But if you miss the lesson or don't get a chance to do it at the time, that's absolutely fine. The expectation will basically be that you do that lesson's content at some point if you want to make sure that you're keeping up with your learning. So if you don't do it at the time, do make sure that you're doing it at some point. In terms of, I'm not going to be so much checking that you have done it at the time. I'm more concerned that you've done it at some point. Okay. Obviously, that means if you had a lesson on Friday as well, because Friday is a public holiday, that means nothing will be posted on Friday because it's a public holiday. And if there's any other public holidays coming up, then obviously you won't get anything posted on those days. In terms of what I'm expecting from you, like I said, and that kind of goes along the same lines. There will be work posted each day. Just make sure that you're completing that. It won't necessarily take you the whole time. So like if you have a whole double lesson of 1 hour and 15 minutes, you may not spend 1 hour and 15 minutes in total, but you do need to make sure there will be something every lesson which is mandatory that you must complete. So do make sure that you finish that. We'll talk a lot more specifically in your first lesson, which is later this week. This is just a brief introduction. A couple of students have asked me, do I need my books? Yes. Okay, you must have your books just like you're in a classroom. Okay, basically it's exactly the same as if you're in class, except you're not, you're at home. So you need your pencil case, you need your calculator, you need your book. Make sure that you bring those with you or have them with you every session. Okay. How are you going to get set work? Well, basically, if you're on this link today, you found it via Teamy. Okay, Teamy is where everything will get posted. I'm going to schedule posts to appear at the time you would start the lesson for every single lesson that you would normally have. Everything will be posted on Teamy, even if there's a link to something else or something you've got to go and do or find or complete. Okay, the links will all be posted on Teamy. So you don't need to worry about anything else apart from checking Teamy at the time that you would have your lessons, whenever that might be on your timetable. So if you have a lesson on Monday, then on Monday's lesson time, there'll be something posted on Teamy, and so on and so on. Some of the lessons might be a bit different to others. The double lessons are going to be based on one objective per lesson. The single lessons, we might do something slightly different, and that will be maybe more of a chance for us to have, a question and answer where you get more of a chance to interact with me. How we're going to deliver the lessons will change. Obviously, the things will be posted on Teamy. We may do things like this where I'll talk to you or I'll explain something or like that, and obviously you can all put comments in here, so there may be chances for when you're working independently to say, oh, I didn't understand this question or that question, and you can ask some questions text and then I can respond like this. Sometimes there may be times when we have a Google Meet like you do in grade 7 advisory, but it will depend on the lesson and it will depend on what we're doing that unit. You don't need to worry about assessments at this point. That's something we're going to deal with longer down the line. Obviously, we're finishing off the algebra unit, but we're not going to do the algebra assessment because you're not at school. We'll do any assessments when we're hopefully back to school in May. But you don't need to worry about that now. You're not going to have any assessments while you're at home for the first month. If we're still on remote-based learning after that, then maybe in a month's time, we'll discuss that more then. But for now, all you need to know is there won't be any assessment for the end of this unit yet, but there will be at some point in the future. Obviously, thank you to those who've made little comments like Ari Chang and Ollie, etc. Remember that I can see your name there. So in terms of expectations, even though you are not in a classroom, you are still expected to behave as if you are in a class. So please make sure that you are behaving appropriately, and any of your comments, because I can see your names, are appropriate. If we do any sort of video chat, obviously you don't need to wear school uniform. You've already been told that, I hope, by the letter you got home, but you do need to obviously be in suitable clothes, okay? And that's basically all I wanted to say for today. Like I said, I'm going to talk you through the unit and what we're going to do maths-wise in your first lesson. But right now, I just want to make sure if you've got any questions, that like little ones, like, oh, do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? Whatever it might be. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes now to type your questions in here, and I'll try and answer them. And if not, then I will see you either tomorrow or, well, I'll see all of you tomorrow, don't I? So I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. No, that's grade 8. I'll see you tomorrow or Wednesday, depending on which class you're in. Are we going to continue the algebra unit? Yes, Ari Chang, we are. We're going to do that for 1 more week. Wow, this is one question. It's really... Is that it? Nothing else? Oh, this is easy. I'll just give it another minute or so, and then I will. It is, yeah, it's very quiet. Okay, well, I think that's it then. I'm gonna, will I be sending emails? Good question. Now, very rarely they might send an email if it's just more of a admin-based thing, but in terms of work, like things you're gonna get set, or things you're expected to do, all of that will come via Teamy. Okay, so the only thing you have to check is Teamy. And then it may be that I link you to somewhere else or another website, but Teamy is where it will start. Even if, Caden, even if I say like you're gonna do today's lesson on my iMaths, or today you need to go and download this PDF, or whatever it might be, all of that will come from Teamy. It might be a Google Drive link. It will all start from Teamy. If you go to Teamy every day and check, you will always find everything you need on there. In relevance to other sites, if you remember at the start of the year, I got you to do that Google document with your My iMaths password and your Manga High password and your Socrative and such. It would be a good idea to make sure if you can't find what it is, you search for it and make sure it's nice and easily accessible, so that if I get you to go to any websites, you've got the logins there. Okay, so instead of sitting in silence any further, I think I'm going to end here. So obviously, like I said, tomorrow, the first lesson you're going to have is going to be, oh, what do we do until 11:30? Well, Vida, today is not actually a lessons day. So you're not doing, the first lessons for all your subjects start tomorrow. Okay, so today you don't need to be following the timetable today. That's tomorrow. Okay, all your teachers should have posted something to, like, check in with you and tell you how they're going to deliver that. But the proper lessons start tomorrow. So until 11:30, it's your choice. But, don't go outside, social distance, and all that. Stay home. Okay, so make sure you've got your books, calculators, pencil cases for your first lesson later this week. I'll talk you through exactly what we're going to do, and it'll all be posted on Teamy. And remember, if you miss the time, you're not there at the time that you're meant to be there, you miss it for whatever reason, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Just make sure that you look at what's on TV and catch up and make sure you have finished that work so that you're keeping up to date. Okay? Right, I'm going to sign off here, and I will see you either tomorrow or Wednesday, depending on what class you are in. Bye.